get down to the bottom of why these brakes were squeaking so bad. She's had this Eahora for about a year now, and it's squeaking really bad every time she comes to a stop. Both
Question in my dump.
sounds like both brakes. That doesn't seem like the pad is worn down. The pad seemed fine. Left on both of those pads. I was worried that the pad was already wore out. I don't see any excessive, there's no excessive wear on there. So I'm curious if there's any kind of adjustment. Maybe it's not clamping hard enough. Okay, there's brake reservoir seems to be full. See any adjuster. I'm not sure if that is an adjuster or a bleeder valve. Pretty sure that's a bleeder. Yeah, that's a bleeder valve. I don't see any way of adjusting these brakes. Get to the bottom of it. When I figure out the squeaky brake problem, I will let you know. Alright, so we're looking at about 10 millimeter on the back side. Let's back these out real quick. There's one. Alright, two bolts right there, 10 mil. That's all you're gonna need for that. Pull that on up out of there. And the brake should come out pretty easy. Now what we're looking at in there, look, see those brake pads still got plenty left. So what we have a problem with is the dirt, grit, and grime is getting in there. And then when we hit our brakes, it's heating up and it's kind of doing a little crystallization on that brake pad surface. See, we don't have any scratches or no scratches, or that's plenty smooth right there. No gouges or scratches, deep scratches or embeds in there. So that brake disc is still good to go. I think our problem right there is just a squeaky brake. Let's get the pad sanded down and see what we find out. Okay, so here we go. We're moving on to the front brakes now. I think the backs are a little more difficult. Not that there's any real difficulty doing this. It's really 2 bolts to remove the assembly. This one's a hex head, the other one's 10 mil. And it's pretty similar to the same exact procedure. You're gonna pull this on out of here, and then you're gonna look for your bolts right there. You've got two in there that you're gonna use to remove your brake pads. Okay, so same as with the front, we're gonna clean this disc real good with either a green scratch pad or with just a one of these type of cloths. This one here has been cleaned already. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this, but if you can get any of that grit and grime off of there, it's the foreign contaminants that are getting up in your brakes and causing, they're crystallizing as they burn up, getting hot. Your brakes get hot when you apply them and you got dust and dirt in there. So the cleaner you can keep these brakes, the better. This one's at about 1 year mark. We've got about 1 year worth of soot and gross stuff, road debris coming up in here. So if you do this with a white cloth, you can keep doing this until it comes clean. You can use a brake cleaner, or you can use isopropyl alcohol will work just fine. Do it until your brakes are clean and there's no contaminants on there. Roll it to get access to the other part of it. Go as well. So if you've got your cleaner and you've got your rag, go through there, make sure all your components are clean before you get it back in there. Right? Give everything a nice little once over. And be careful of this pressure pressure gauge, pressure cable right here. Won't do anything to stress or damage that. Alright, so we're going to just give it a quick once over. We've already cleaned our discs, we've sanded our pads. Now let's get back into the assembly. Front, you're going to put the sandwich back in there. You've got a sandwich here made of brake pad, clip, brake pad. You put that together, they fit together really nicely. It's pretty obvious how they fit together, and it should cause this to be a spring-loaded ideal. And then you're going to put that back in there and run your pins right back through it. Alright, pins assembly back in place, snugging down these pins, retaining pins, boom, snug, not tight, and we still have nice open. That should be nice and open tension right there. Get ready to put it back on the mounting plate. That should be nice and open. You shouldn't have any problem putting that back on there. Now don't forget, you do have washers on here. Washers keep this assembly from coming loose. Alright, you got 2 of these. This one came with 2 washers each. That's a good idea. Washers are not optional, as some people think. Washers play a critical role in keeping your stuff from loosening up and backing out. Okay, so we've got one more bolt to put back in here, and this thing, we're getting ready to give it a nice little sound test. See how much we've fixed it up. Get this thing. And now we're going to go back snug, not tight, right? Alright, so we've got our bolts right here. Snug down, not tight. The assembly's all back in place. We got the right tension on our clip and our sandwich of our brake pads. They're all cleaned up, sanded down. We're going to take this for a test drive. I can't wait.